The city hummed with the restless energy of dawn, its skyline jagged against the pale pink sky. In a small, cluttered apartment on the edge of town, Maya sat at her kitchen table, staring at a blank notebook. The pen in her hand felt heavy, as if it carried the weight of every dream she'd ever tucked away, every fear she'd let define her. At 32, she felt like life had slipped through her fingers, each year a page torn from a story she hadn't dared to write. "Your life is your story, and you hold the pen," she whispered to herself, the words catching in her throat. They were words she'd scribbled down after a late-night scroll through motivational posts on X. Words that had sparked something deep within her. But in the quiet of her apartment, they felt distant, like a song she could hear but couldn't sing. Maya's life hadn't always felt like a blank page. As a child, she'd been fearless, climbing trees, sketching fantastical worlds, declaring she'd one day be an artist whose work would hang in galleries. But somewhere along the way, the world had taught her to doubt. A teacher's offhand comment that her drawings were cute but unrealistic. A college rejection letter. A string of dead-end jobs that drained her spirit. Her past was a collage of moments that whispered, "You're not enough." Her fears were louder still, telling her it was too late to start over. "Don't wait for someone else to write the next chapter," she murmured, gripping the pen tighter. The words felt like a challenge, a dare to reclaim the story she'd let others dictate. She thought of her mother, who'd worked double shifts at the diner to keep their family afloat, never once complaining. She thought of her best friend, Jamal, who'd turned his love for music into a small but thriving studio, despite everyone telling him it was a pipe dream. They hadn't waited for permission. Why was she? Maya stood and walked to the mirror above her sink, its edges chipped from years of neglect. She looked into her own tired eyes, searching for the girl who'd once believed she could do anything. "Every great achievement begins with a single, bold decision to try," she said aloud, her voice trembling but growing stronger. She wasn't defined by her past, those rejections, those long nights crying herself to sleep. She wasn't defined by her fears, the nagging voice that said she was too old, too ordinary, too far behind. "You're defined by your actions," she told her reflection, and for the first time in years, she felt a spark of belief. The next morning, Maya took a small but deliberate step. She signed up for an evening art class at the community center. Her hands shook as she filled out the form, her mind screaming that she'd fail, that she'd embarrass herself. But she remembered the words, "Mistakes? They're proof you're moving forward." She showed up to the first class, her sketchbook clutched to her chest like a shield. The other students were younger, more confident, their pencils dancing across the page with ease. Maya's first sketch was shaky, the lines uneven, but when the instructor paused at her easel and said, "There's heart in this," Maya felt something shift inside her. It wasn't praise, it was permission tea.